at about 5 to 10 inches of accumulation there. A blizzard warning continues. This went into effect early this afternoon, and it continues for Sussex County and all of Delaware essentially until 6 p.m. on Monday. This means that we're going to see visibility tonight maybe close to zero in whiteout conditions as that snow is heavy and those winds really start to crank up as well. Blizzard warning as well. Caroline, Kent, Queen Anne's, and Talbot counties and through Monday evening, and then until 7 p.m. Monday, blizzard warning for Dorchester, Somerset, Wycomico, and Worcester counties. Now, I think the heaviest of the snow will be slackening off, I think, by tomorrow morning about 5, 6 a.m. It comes more scattered snow showers, but we still could be seeing that blowing snow. So that's why they're continuing the blizzard warning through the day on Monday. And we have a storm warning, that area in purple, the offshore waters, Delaware Bay, back through the Atlantic Ocean. We're looking at a storm warning. That means we're looking at winds gusting over 50 miles per hour. And we do currently have a coastal flood warning in effect for Kent and Sussex counties. This goes until Monday at 5 a.m. During the times of high tide, we could be looking at water rises of 1 to 2 feet. So you know who you are in those favored lower spots, maybe Little Assawoman Bay, back through Long Neck during high tide. You definitely could be looking at some flooding with a high surf advisory for Worcester County. Those waves getting pretty big tonight as that big low starts to crank up offshore. And as we look at futurecasts right now, you can see how temperatures are hovering around that freezing mark as we go into tonight. Later this evening, winds turn to the north, temperatures near freezing, and that's when any kind of slush will definitely freeze up. Maybe the snow becoming a little fluffier, and that's the problem with whiteout conditions with very strong winds through the overnight hours. Then as you move into tomorrow morning, we start to see more of a snow shower regime as this low begins to pull away. And here's another look from Del Mar over to Selbyville and Georgetown, the heavy snow, and you see those arrows that are turning orange. Those are very strong winds, over 40 miles per hour inland. I think we're looking at gusts over 50 at the beaches. And then along the coast from Lewis down to Fenwick Island, we're looking at snow, heavy at times, and once again, a lot of coastal impacts with very strong winds that will be shifting to the northwest as we go into tomorrow morning. And then those strong northwest winds and more scattered snow showers, I think, as we head into the afternoon hours. So we're going to be rocking and rolling with this blizzard, I think, as we go through the overnight hours and on into tomorrow morning as well. We're going to have more weather coming up. I want to send it to Kevin Zipay. He's live right now in Ocean City, out in the elements. And I tell you what, it's got to be pretty rough for Kevin. Let's send it to him right now for a live report.
Bob, we are live at the Ocean City Inlet, and we've been here since 2 p.m. and the weather has been changing. When we first got here, it was pouring rain. Then it became big flurries, and now it's kind of a mixture, kind of that hail feeling, and you can feel it hitting you across the face. But one thing was consistent, this wind. It is insane wind out here at the inlet, and something we just noticed right now is that the snow is actually starting to stick. If you come down here with me, you'll see that the snow, although small right now, it is sticking. So for those who are planning to drive tonight as the snow continues to fall, be sure you're aware on the roads. Now, another thing that's pretty cool to show you is the beach. Check it out over here. You could barely see the sand now. All this snow is accumulating onto the beach, and we have some people over here, if you follow me this way, they're enjoying it. They're having a good time. We see someone out there probably having a great time out here in the storm. And we also have people that are enjoying the view. If you follow me this way, you'll see right now, there's only one car parked out. But we were here about 30 minutes ago and there was 7 to 8 cars enjoying the view. And the reason why is because we asked them and they said they wanted to see the waves. If you crash it out over here, you'll see that the waves are crashing up against the rocks, and possibly the buoy may be hard to see now because of the possible fog, but it's swaying back and forth. Now, something else to tell you is that the town of Ocean City did send a press release yesterday advising everyone to be aware of the storm. Now, they did say during the night, if you can stay off the roads, they advise you to do that. They also said to hunker down, and if you do have to go outside and drive, be sure that you're aware of the snow on the road and possible black ice. Now, the feeling out here is obviously very wet. If you walk outside for about 10 seconds, you'll feel like that you're soaked. But also the hail kind of hitting you across the face is kind of hard to feel. So if you can't be out here too long, I advise you to stay inside and then go back outside if you want to play in the snow like they're doing right over here. Now, this weather looks to be staying like this for a little bit, but we'll be out here for the whole night, basically reviewing the roads here in Ocean City. And as you see over there, you possibly have some more people getting ready to check out the view. But for those that are driving, just be sure you're safe, you're driving cautiously, and make sure you have supplies. Now, we talked to one person that was checking out the waves today, asked them what they had preparation-wise. They said they bought food yesterday and they had supplies just in case their power went out. They have things for their generator. Now, that is some things that other people that we've spoken with today said that they've also gathered. And as you see, we have more people checking out the waves and children still playing over there. But it is a cold one here, but we'll be checking out how Ocean City is doing for the rest of the night. Bob?
Kevin, thank you very much. Some great advice from Kevin, braving the elements during this blizzard. And yeah, you really want to just hunker down if you can, stay at home. And really, if you don't have to travel, I wouldn't travel until sometime on Tuesday. That's if you have the luxury of doing that. But a lot of us don't. You know, you have to be out there in the elements. You have to get to work. You know, folks that work in hospitals and things like that. So really be careful out there. All right, I want to pick up Futurecast Future Snow. Okay, this is one of our models, our European models actually, that is talking about snow for Selbyville, Berlin, back through Fenwick Island. You can see it has about 6 to 8 inches of snow. I'm wondering if they're going lower amounts because of the possibility of sleet mixing in. This is also another look on the European model for Seaford, Georgetown, Millsboro as well. About 5 to 7 inches there. We're going 10 to 18 inches as we saw the map earlier, and it looks like this particular model, our in-house model, is in that same range, about 13 inches in Selbyville, 11 in Bethany Beach, 8 in Ocean City, and farther to the north and west, we're looking at, well, close to 10 in Georgetown and 10 in Millsboro. Once again, most of us already have about 2 to 3 inches. Now, I want to show you this. This is the future outages map. We have that possibility of seeing power outages, that very heavy snow sticking to power lines and trees. And you can see we could see isolated to scattered power outages as we go through this evening. That's 8:30. Here's 11 p.m. So this isn't etched in stone, but once again, make sure you have all your supplies, your batteries, and ways to see in the event that the lights go out, and make sure you have plenty of blankets too. And if you are running a generator, never run a generator in your garage or inside your house. Remember that. Always run a generator outside. And here's 3 a.m. still looking at isolated to scattered power outages. And by 7 a.m., it's actually kind of a more widespread area of seeing power outages from Georgetown to Willards and Lewis as well. So here's the latest clouds and radar. I want to give you the wide view right now. We're seeing our storm, what's called bombing out. It's starting to move over the water, and bombogenesis. That means we're seeing a storm basically dropping 24 millibars in a 24-hour period, deepening rapidly. That's why we're seeing all this moisture just moving in from the east, just piling in from the ocean with the moderate to heavy snow all across Sussex County right now. Rehoboth, Lewis, down to Ocean View and Fenwick Island too, back into Georgetown. We're seeing these bands of very heavy snow, and down along the coast too, into Maryland, Ocean Pines, Golf Club Shores. But you note how there's that line of sleet and rainage just offshore. So as this storm passes us by and to the north and east, we could be seeing this sleet and rain line moving right along the coast here the next couple of hours. That could keep your snowfall totals down a little bit with rain farther to the south and west. But New Jersey, Long Island, southeast New England, they may actually get it worse than us. They could see upwards of 2 feet or more as this low is really beginning to take shape off the coast. So here's a wider view on Futurecast. You can see how this low almost looks like a hurricane in a way, with the center of it offshore as we go through the evening hours, and then that low continues to move away. We're still seeing the heavy snow as we go through the evening into the midnight hour, and then we get towards 5, 6 a.m. That's when the snow becomes a little more scattered, more like snow showers. Those could hang on for a part of the day, and then they will start to clear out as we go through the afternoon. You see temperatures right now hovering around the freezing mark, so we were a little bit above before, and now we're pretty much right at that freezing mark for a lot of us, and that's where we are concerned because obviously anything that is slushy in this very heavy snow will freeze. And right now we're looking at 32 in Millsboro and Delmar and Gumboro. Just above the freezing mark right now in Seaford at 33, 33 in Bethany Beach, and 33 into the Salisbury area as well. So temperatures will continue to fall, not much, but another couple degrees, and it doesn't take a big drop to maybe fluff up the snow a little bit and cause more visibility problems as we go through the evening hours, as we're already seeing gusts 30 to close to 40 miles per hour at the coast. Not as gusty inland areas, but it's going to crank up as we go through the evening hours. We're going to see gusts 45 miles per hour, higher than that, we think, at the beaches. By 10:30, these are probably the strongest winds we're looking at. 54 miles per hour in Dewey Beach, a gust of 57 perhaps in Fenwick Island, and 40 to 50 mile per hour gusts inland areas. So I hope you've really fastened everything down outside, because it's going to get windy and wild as we go through the overnight, as those winds shift to the north and west, and then they will start to decrease as we go with time. So you can see on the evening planner how the icon for the 5 o'clock hour, we're seeing the snow coming straight down, but then you see the icon with the snow beginning to move from right to left. That's because we're looking at that wind that will be picking up, causing those blizzard conditions. And once again, the definition of a blizzard is it's all about visibility. We get a quarter-mile visibility or less with winds that are at least 35 miles per hour in gusts. And you look at the evening planner, and we have sustained winds north-northwest, 25 miles per hour, 7 p.m. until 3 a.m. And we're talking about gusts that will be much higher than that, probably on the order of 40 to 50 miles per hour, as that snow will continue to come down sideways. We'll be with you for another couple of minutes. If you're just joining us, once again, the blizzard is starting to really kick in now as we're seeing moderate to heavy snow, and those winds also starting to ramp up too. And in case you missed it earlier, I just want to go over the snowfall totals once again. And most of us have picked up 2 to 3 inches, in fact, maybe even more by this time. But you can see Nassau has picked up almost 2.5 inches of snow. And we've got Lewis, Bethany Beach, Dagsboro about 1.5 inches to about 2 inches. Millsboro close to 2 inches. A little less in Allendale and in the Laurel area, but that is an older report. I'm sure many of us are in that 2 to 3 inch range now. Close to 3 inches in Harbison, 2 inches in Milton and Belltown, with Harrington at 2.7, Felton close to 3 inches, and Bethel about 1 inch of snow. And we have up the snowfall potential map. 10 to 18 inches we're pretty comfortable with right now. I've been looking at the National Weather Service as well, and it looks like they concur that we're going to be looking at probably over 1 foot of snow for a lot of us. I think the only place that probably would see less than 1 foot could be along and east of 113, where we could be seeing some of that sleet mixing in for a time, for a couple hours this evening. Then I think everybody will go back to snow. But Sussex County, 10 to 18 inches. That's also the case for the midshore, the eastern shore, down to Salisbury, Ocean Pines, and farther south, we're looking at actually less snow, back to Crisfield into the Chincoteague area, about 5 to 10 inches of snow there. So we're about to just about wrap this up, but I just want to go over the warnings again real quick. Blizzard warning, once again, for Sussex County. This goes until Monday evening. I think the worst of it is tonight into early tomorrow with limited visibility, and then just long snow from snow that's already on the ground, I think, as we head into Monday. The blizzard warning for the eastern shore, and then also the blizzard warning continues until Monday at 7 p.m. for Somerset, Wycomico, and Worcester counties as well. So we urge everybody to just stay safe, hunker down if you can, and once again, if you do lose power, make sure that you're prepared to lose that, and make sure you have batteries and all the supplies that you need. Make sure you join us at 7 for team coverage on our mobile app, Roku, Fire, and Apple TV. We're looking forward to seeing you then. Stay safe in the blizzard. For now, I'm First Alert meteorologist Bob Trihy. Have a great evening.